chapter 33, Psalm 33, 4 verses. Shout for joy in the Lord, O you righteous. Praise splendid the Lord of light. Give thanks to the Lord with the lyre. Make melody to him with the harp of 10 strings. Sing to him a new song. Play skillfully on the strings with loud shouts. For the word of the Lord is upright, and all his work is done in faithfulness.
He loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of the steadfast love of the Lord. By the word of the Lord the heavens were made, and by the breath of his mouth, all their host. He gathers the waters of the sea as a heap. He puts the deep in storehouses. Let all the earth fear the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him.
For he spoke, and it came to be. He commanded, and it stood firm. The Lord brings the counsel of the nation to nothing. He prostrates the plans of the people. The counsel of the Lord is done forever. The plans of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people whom he has chosen as his heritage.
The Lord looks down from heaven. He sees all the children of men. From where he sits enthroned, he looks out on all the inhabitants of the earth. He who fashions the hearts of them all and observes all their needs. The king is not saved by his great army. A warrior is not delivered by his great strength.
The war horse is a false hope for salvation, and by its great might it cannot rescue. Behold, the eye of the Lord is on those who fear him, on those who hope in his steadfast love, that he may deliver their soul from death and keep them alive in famine. Our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help and our shield.
For
Our heart is glad in him, because we trust in his holy name. Let your steadfast love, O Lord, be upon us, even as we hope in him. Amen.
Psalm 33 has connection with chapter 32. Psalm 32 just ended in verse 11. Psalm 32 verse 11. This is the ending of 32. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, O righteous, and shout for joy, all you upright in heart. This is the ending of 32. And the beginning of chapter 33, verse 1. Verse 1 says, shout for joy in the Lord, all you righteous, praise that did the Almighty. Ending of chapter 32 and beginning of 33 is almost the same. And shout for joy in the Lord, all you righteous, upright. This is the same pattern, which means chapter 32, chapter 33, they have a connection. What's that? Ultimately, true joy of the Christian is the joy from the forgiveness of sin. Yesterday, Psalm 32, just telling about that. Our joy and the Christians, our rejoicing comes from forgiveness. Forgiveness just brings great joy and multiple joy. And then 33 also starting with that compassion. Shout for joy in the Lord who righteous. So Christians, we have a joy from the forgiveness of sins. Nowadays, one of the reasons why the many Christians cannot enjoy their journey, and the reason why the many Christians cannot rejoice in their life is they lost, moved, and touched from the forgiveness of sins from God's grace. When we lost gratitude and impression from the forgiveness of sin from God's grace, in our life our life is very dry. And no thanks, no gratitude, no move and touching, moving. If we lost the impression of the grace of the forgiveness of sin, we have no more like a passion and rejoicing and joy. Some Christians, they think forgiveness of sin is only for new beginner, new Christian, newcomer to the church. No, forgiveness of sins, confessing sin and repent of the sin is for whole life of the Christian. Every moment we need to confess our sin. Then if God just forgive our sin, we get the joy again and we rejoice God and we give thanks to God. We want to serve Him. Forgiveness of sin is very motive to enjoy our Christian journey. 1 Timothy chapter 1, 15. 1 Timothy chapter 1, 15. This guy, his name is Paul Apostle. He confessed in 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 15.
The same is trustworthy and deserving of all acceptance, that Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners, of whom I am the foremost.
Paul, he says, every Christian, every believer, they must accept these truths. That Christ came to the world to save sinners. And he said, the Paul is very great apostle. Right? He's very great apostle. He wrote many letters in the New Testament, and he evangelized many people. He's very great saint. But he says, I am the foremost. What does it mean? I am the foremost means I am the worst. Worst of what? I am the worst of the sinners. He preached and he evangelized and he wrote even the scripture by the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. Paul, many people, they respect the Paul and they honor Paul. Wow, very great, the minister. He is very living testimony. But the living Paul, he says, no. I am very worst of sinners. And Christ, He came to the world to save sinner, such a worst sinner. Paul, he prays the grace that forgiven by grace of God. I'm the worst of sinners, but he was great. But as he has known the grace of God, he realized that I am very sinner. And grace is very great. Even this great apostle, Paul, confessing, I am sinner. Because of my sin, Jesus came. But Paul is not newcomer. Paul is not newcomer and new Christian. He knows the Bible very well. He teaches the Bible very well. And he shares the gospel very well. And he knows many, he has many disciples. And he has many companions. But he says, I am only one sinner and very worst sinner. Why? Because as much he knows the word of God, he realized that I am very sinner. Not only before, but now, I am very sinner. My brothers and sisters, people, they do not repent their sin. Why? You remember I used to say, people, they do not repent their sin. Why? Because they do not have the sin. Not because they have no sin, but they have a sin. But they do not realize they are sinners. Jennifer, I remember your compassion before during Chuseok retreat in Gangwon-do. I just question our members. What is the difference between before you believe in Jesus Christ and after you believe in Jesus Christ? And Jennifer, you answered. Before, I didn't know what is the true sin. What is the sinner? Before we believe in Jesus Christ, we have no sense, spiritual sense. We are like the dead. That's why we have no sense about the sin. We love the sin. We do not hate the sin, but we love the sin. We always incline to sin. And we are like a blind. So that's why the people, they sin, but they do not know. They are sinner. But because we love the Bible, because we know what is God and what is the sin, what is the Christ, as much we love more and more, we realize that I am very sinner. Before we are sinner, but we couldn't realize we are sinner. But after we believe in Jesus Christ and knowing the Word of God, the knowledge of God, and the truth telling us you are sinners. If we know the Bible, Word of God more and more, we realize that I am very sinners. Before, why we couldn't know the fact we are sinners? Because we are ignorant about Word of God and the truth. But as we much understand what is the truth, we more come to the light of the truth, and this light just shine upon us, and it just open our soul and our honest condition. We realize that, like a Paul. Paul is very good, faithful servant to God. But because he has many knowledge of God, he understands I have more sin. Because I have more sin, the grace is more abundant in my life. If you understand the Word of God like this, If you understand just Word of God, just small, you just realize I'm the sin, I have a small sin. But if you understand more, your knowledge of the Word of God is increased, you realize that I am more sinner. As much as we understand more about the Word of God and the truth, we understand we are sinners, and we praise more, and we give thanks more, because we realize that I have many sins. You know what brothers and sisters, sin is the problem, but more problem is that the people, they do not realize they are sinners. Because they do not realize the sins, they do not repent of their sins. So after we realize we are sinners, what is the sin? Sin is separate from God, hamartia, just do not reach into the target. We never reach to God. We always falling from the glory of God. But we just commit to God through only the grace of God. We just praise God, and we can get a great joy, and we can rejoice. And then this writer, chapter 33, this writer, he is praising the God because he has a joy from the forgiveness of sin, like chapter 32. Then this writer meditating the God's character and God's majesty. Like verse 4, Word of God, the Word of the Lord is upright. Verse 4 says, verse 1, 2, 3, just praising God. But verse 4 says, God's character and what is God. Word of the Lord is upright. Word of God is right. Word of God is right. This right Word of God made the whole world. That's verse 6, verse 7. By the word of the Lord the heaven were made, and by the breath of his mouth all their hosts. He has gathered the waters of the sea as a heap. He put the deep of storehouses. What does it mean? The David, it says, Word of God is very pure, honest, right. And this right Word of God made the whole world. And verse 5 says, God is very righteous and very just, because he loved righteousness and justice. His characters just revealed in the world. When we see the sky, when we see all the creatures, we can meditate God's character, His right, His righteousness, and His justice. But the grace is that God is not only justice and righteous, but God has love. God has steadfast love. Verse 5 says, He loved righteousness and justice. The earth is full of what? Steadfast love. Steadfast love. This is grace. If God is only absolute just, He always judges the people and all creatures according to His rules. He can punish all things because of His justice. But He's not only just, but He's very loving God. He has mercy, steadfast love. We can meditate how God is just and how God is grace, merciful, loving as well. Just think about this after you are very good. But if God is only just, God knows you, your sin, and your mistake, and your iniquities. If God always just, even we Christian, after we believe in Jesus Christ, we continue sin, then God, He will judge us. And all Christians, all creatures, we might be destroyed. If God always only just, we cannot live. God, He will destroy the whole world. But because of His love, He preserved you and I. We are still here because of His love. Not only because of His justice, because of His love. His love preserved, sustained our life. Still, eventually, the Word of God, His will stand forever. That's the verse 11. The counsel of the Lord stand forever. The plans of His heart to all generations. He's very merciful, gracious, but not everlasting. Because in the end, there is final judgment for every creature. In the end, we will see only will of God, the plans of God stand forever. And the people, they have a many plans. Nowadays, the people, unbeliever, outside the church, who do not believe in Jesus Christ, they plan many things. And they have a many desire. But the Bible says, verse 10, the Lord brings the counsel of the nation to nothing, and He frustrates the plans of the people. In the end, the plans of the people will be nothing. And the plans of the God and the will of God, the counsel of God, will stand forever. That's why the people, chosen people by God, who is believing God, they are so blessed, because verse 12, blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people whom He has chosen as His heritage. In the end, the man's desire, plans of the people will be destroyed and will be nothing. But the one who is chosen by God, the one who believe that God is their God, they will stand forever with God. That's why they are so blessed. They are so blessed. So, blessing of the God's people, blessing of the chosen people of God is written in 13 to 19. Every wills of the man, the plans of the man will be destroyed. But the man who believe God is my God, they can stand together with God's will and God. And they have a blessing. What is the blessing? 13 to 19. God repeats. He repeatedly says, verse 13, the Lord looks down from heaven. Looks down. And he see all children of men. He see, look down. And verse 14, from where he sit in throne, he looked out. And verse 15, he who passions the heart of them all observe. And 18, behold, the eyes of the Lord is on those who fear him, on those who hope in his steadfast love. What does it mean? God looks down. He sees. He looked out. He observed. His eyes is upon his people. God always look upon your life. Sister Lisa, Delia, Junie, Medina, Jubilee member, Jubilee Church, the pastor one. God always looking at your life. Isn't it comfort? Before we learn, God also carefully watch over his people with like an eyelid. Remember eyelid. He carefully watches over his people. He always observing. Especially verse 13, look down means this is very observing with the consideration. In Hebrew term, this meaning is that watching with the consideration. And the see, S-E-E, the see in Hebrew term, this meaning is pay attention to. What does it mean? God always watching your life with the consideration, and he always pay attention to your life. This is very comfort and encouragement. If we know this God, always looking at my life carefully, absolutely, and with the consideration, with the attention, if we know this God, we can trust in Him. That's why we Christian, we can trust to Him. Verse 18 and verse 19. Because His eyes upon who fear on Him means people of God. We really fear Him. We really hope in His love, steadfast love. His steadfast love means covenant. And that He may deliver the soul from death, keep them alive in famine. If we know this God who is observing our life, we can trust in Him because He can deliver us, He can keep us. Strength of the Christian, strength of the believer is not only just looking at Him, the strength of the believer is only God Himself. God alone is our strength. Because we know Him. He forgives our sins. And He always looking us carefully. That's why we want to trust Him. If we trust Him, and He gives us joy again. That's why verse 21 is like a confessing. For our heart is glad in Him, because we trust in His whole name. God looking at us. That's why we trust in Him. That's why He gives us joy. And we continue to rely on Him. Holding His steadfast love. Covenant is different from contract. I'm preaching about the covenant. Covenant is different from contract. We also make contract when we buy the building or house, room. We make the contract, not covenant. This is different relationship. Contract means the people they want to profit. They want to benefit. If there's no advantage, no profit, no benefit, the people they do not make contract. But God, He makes covenant with us without condition, without pursuing. God, He doesn't want to advantage from us. Our relationship is not contract relationship, but covenant relationship. He do not ask anything from us, but He just swear, I will protect you, I will lead you, and I will finish everything for your salvation. I do not ask any condition to you. Only love is the reason. God, because of His love, He just swear. And He just decided to love you. That's why He makes covenant with us. See all the Psalms and all the Bible. Steadfast love, steadfast love, steadfast love. Between God and us, our relationship is unconditional relationship. This is unconditional love. Let's pray. Father, thank you for this morning. Some people, they waited the new day, new morning, yesterday. But this morning, some of them passed away. They died. And they couldn't face new day and new breath. But now, here, we breathe. And we live and we walk. And we see the new day. A new chance. It's a new grace. Father, thank you for your character. You are just, but you are also merciful as well. Because of your grace, love, steadfast love, I'm still living. I still have a chance. and I can confess and repent my sin. That repentance giving true joy and rejoicing to my soul. Every man's desire or plans will be nothing but your will, your counsel, your plans will stand forever. In the end, we will say we are true blessed person because you are our clever God. And we are forever your chosen, your children, even in the bed. Thank you for your looking, observing to my life. Your eyes always upon the people who are trusting you, who are hoping in you. Our strength and our joy is from the trusting you are observing and preserving and living my life. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen.